We're gonna have to keep it. Nobody else can see this. Hey, 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 yeah. And it goes like this. Take me by the tongue and don't do that. Kiss me to a drunken dog show. You want the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves.
Your sound makes me just
To be young and in love in New York City. Do not know who I am, but still know that I'm good as long as you're here with me. To be drunk and in love in New York City. Good night into morning coffee. Running through the hours talking. Damn. I like me better when I'm with you.
Oh yeah, you do.
I like me better when I'm with you.
Welcome, welcome. Real stream, come on in. Take a seat. We're gonna start in a couple of minutes. Hey, Alan, how's it going on? Hey, Issa, good to see you. Hey, Kim. Hey, Cyrus, hey, everyone. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Tell you one thing, you guys are really going to enjoy this episode. Be amazing as always, but still have a very good surprise for you right in the middle. See those hearts if you're excited like I am. Welcome everyone. Yes, yes, thank you. All right. All right, everyone, let's warm up those hearts before I ask your awesome host to come out. Let's see those hearts. Let's see them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, welcome, welcome, everyone, to the Tonight Show Starring Sherwin. Another episode, another awesome one. A good one. I cannot wait to start. I'm your DJ Vaditron, and is your host, one and only, Sherwin. Come on out, man.
What is up, everybody? We got a Tesla in the building. Bexley, Tasha, Loudfire, what's good? What's good, Cyber Shay? Hey, Marcus J. We got Robot in the building. I don't know who that. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Yes.
That's me.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Tonight Show starring yours truly, me, Sherwin. It was funny because when I was coming down the audience, I was like trying to figure out who that person is over there in the pink robot. Who is that next to Loudfire? I gotta figure that out because when I came out, you are a pink robot for me. Everybody's laughing. It must be somebody I know. So, oh, is that Wine Chick Kim? That's Wine Chick Kim? Hey, Wine Chick Kim is in the audience tonight as a pink robot for me, y'all. Welcome to Alt Space. We won't be having these issues in VR chat, all right? Well, welcome everybody. We're so happy to have you guys back. Now, I got some news for you guys. You guys know I keep it real with my audience. Now, tonight, we were expecting somebody else. We were expecting DJ Epps as our guest tonight. Unfortunately, he can't make it. You know, he canceled on us last minute. He found out that I was a fan of DJ Khaled's, so that didn't work out too well for me. But you know what? The show must go on. So we've got another great guest for you guys. We've got the one and only Flashie1 from the Douglas Boys. He is here in the building backstage, and we'll get to him in just a little bit. But before we do, Vaditron, tell me, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I tell you, it was a little bit of a emotional weekend because we're getting close to the last day of All Space and all that. I was going around and taking some pictures and well, things that probably everybody's doing these days, and saving some of those memories. But I'm happy to report that lots of you guys were asking me. What am I going to do after this and where am I going to go? Well, I finally signed up and it worked this time for VR chat. If you are on VR chat, please add me. As always, Vaditron. And I don't know how to add people.
Yes.
Believe me, if I knew, I would have added you. But if you could add me, so I have some friends, that would be fun. And I can just follow up. Still learning. Be patient with me, but it's going to be fun. But you were like, again, super busy. Wow, you don't rest, do
Yes.
you?
Well, I'm dead better, right? No, I'm just kidding, you guys. But I was in Vegas this past weekend. Yeah, I was in Vegas, and a lot of you guys follow me on Instagram, so you know that I travel a lot. I've go a lot of different places. This weekend, I went to Vegas. Shout out to City Girl, by the way, y'all. City Girl came out with me to Vegas. We went explore Vegas together. It was her first time. It was my 15th time, and maybe my last after how much I spent right now. I'm just kidding. I'm going back. I'm going back. Now, after time, we did a lot of different things. We saw shows, we went to blackjack tables, and we hit up the slot machines, like that likes to call it, the slut machines. On my Instagram story. Yeah, we definitely lost a lot of our money on those machines, but one thing I love about Vegas is the shows. The shows is what make Vegas. Now, we saw this show called Mystere. Now, how many of y'all heard of this show? Mystere called Status Island. That's up to Vegas. We got some cheap tickets. We actually did some promo tour. We got some cheap tickets for the tour. And I love the show. It was really interesting. They did a lot of acrobatic stuff. They showed us how to get something off the top shelf in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? If you need to grab something, that's the new way of doing it. But it was an overall amazing show, and I just love Cirque du Soleil. It's an incredible experience, and for me, I thought I was tripping on acid at one point, but then I realized I wasn't. I saw a giant snail come out, and I knew I wasn't tripping. Right? I was really not seeing it because I really did happen. But it's an amazing show. Overall, I had a great time with City Girl. We had an amazing time. And of course, Sasha, we didn't forget about Shot O'Clock. In Vegas, we are still going Shot O'Clock. We kept it going, y'all. We had a great time. So I recommend anybody who goes out to Vegas, definitely go out there, do some shows, have a good time, because, Vegas is back and alive. And, after we got back, we came straight to Tuesday Night Turn Up. So the turn up continued. All right, we didn't stop. Right, we went right to Tuesday Night Turn Up. Shout out to everybody who came out, you guys. We have only 2 more Tuesday Night Turn Ups left. Can you believe that? I mean, this has been going on since like January, like last January. So it's been like over a year that we've been doing this Tuesday Night Turn Up, and it's been amazing. And we're gonna keep it going. Just the fact that we don't have 2 more Tuesday Night Turn Up here in Alt Space is just so sad. So make sure you guys get your fix in. Right, come out Tuesdays at 10. We got 2 more DJs left. I know Soul G's gonna be one of them. He's over here in the audience tonight, so yeah, definitely don't want to miss out on that one. And we've had Marcus recently too. So you guys, a lot of amazing things that are happening. So make sure you come out and catch a Jedi. Jedi was our DJ last night, who killed it. He did an amazing job. Y'all know I love Jedi. Jedi always gives you the visuals too, which I love. I love to watch a little Nicki Minaj twerking video while she's singing. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. All right.
Well, who doesn't?
Now, tonight, exactly. Tonight we've got the legendary Houston's very own Flashie1 is in the building. Okay, y'all might know him from Douglas Boys, from Extraordinary Collective, from Freestyle Power Hour. I mean, just so many different things that he does in this space. And we're going to talk to him about all those different things. But before we get to him, I know what time it is, right? My favorite time. It's Daily Dish. Let's get right into it, y'all. This is where we get to politics, pop culture, and everything in between. But I realized that today's show is actually the last Wednesday of Black History Month. So I definitely want to give a shout out to another Black historical figure in the community because they've done some amazing things. And so today, I wanted to focus on this person named Katherine Johnson. Now, how many of you guys heard of Tasha? I see you. Yes, well, Katherine Johnson was a mathematician. She was a data scientist. She worked for NASA, and she actually had a movie be made about her. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's called Hidden Figures. Shout out to all these amazing ladies right here: Taraji, Janelle, Octavia Spencer. I mean, they did a phenomenal job in the movie. One thing I thought was really interesting about that movie is that one part. I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys have seen it, by the way? A lot of you guys have seen it, right? It's a really good movie. You haven't seen it? Go out and see it, you guys. It's amazing. But there's this one part in the movie where they wouldn't let Catherine, Taraji plays Catherine Johnson, and they wouldn't let Catherine Johnson go to the bathroom because they have only specific bathrooms for women and for colored people. And so, they would put her bathroom all the way on the other side and they'd make her go, which I thought was ironic for somebody who works for somebody who can practically pee anywhere on the planet, especially like on the moon, right? I mean, they don't even have like bathrooms in outer space, right? So, I mean, that's weird. But anyways, she is an amazing person, and she got the 2015 Medal of Freedom by Obama. She was inducted in the National Women's Hall of Fame in 2021. So she's just an inspiration to so many people. She's opened so many doors. She's the reason we got so much data about outer space, because her calculations were able to get people to outer space. So shout out to Katherine Johnson. She's an icon in Black history, and we owe it to her. Yes. Well, you know who else made Black history? Brat. The Brat made Black history by having one of the most complicated pregnancies I've ever seen. All right, she is pregnant, y'all. I don't know if you heard this, but the Brat is pregnant. She's pregnant with her wife, Jessica. Congratulations to them. They're a beautiful couple, by the way. I think that they're a beautiful couple. But when I heard this news, I was not sure how old the Brat was. I'm just being honest. I didn't know, so I had to look it up. I found out, y'all, the Brat is 48 years old. And I was like, dang, that's a pretty, you can have complications at that age. When they say you're in your mid to late 40s, you could have complications at that age. But I don't know what was more concerning, the fact that she's having a baby at 48, or the fact that people are also searching for Bratz dolls in the Bratz belly. All right. So that to me is a little bit funny. Now, who else is going to the doctor? It's Biden. Biden had his annual checkup, which, they document everything that the president does. Every time he goes to the bathroom or, he sneezes, they got documented. So he went to get his annual checkup, and, first of all, again, you guys, this man is 80 years old and he's running the country. And I asked myself, when I'm 80 years old, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be sitting on the sofa, drinking a beer and watching TV, y'all, probably playing VR. I don't know what you're doing at 80 years old working that hard, but he is. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor reported back that he is healthy and vigorous. That word, vigorous. To me, that's a weird word to describe an 80-year-old man. I mean, whose doctor did he see? Trump's doctor? I mean, what kind of diagnosis is that? But, he's healthy. So shout out to Biden. He's healthy, and we love that. What else he did this weekend? He spent President's Day actually working. He went out to Ukraine, and he met President Zelensky, who's the president of Ukraine, and they have a great relationship. In fact, President Zelensky honored Joe Biden with this honor that they call the Walk of the Brave. It's similar to like the Walk of the Fame in Hollywood or Walk of Fame in Hollywood, but they call it the Walk of the Brave. Yeah, shout out to Biden, right? I thought this was a cool award, a pretty prestigious award, until I found out that the only other American to hold this title is Weird Al Yankovic. So I guess that's an accomplishment. Now, on one more note, I don't know if you guys heard about this that came out, this new news that just came out. These Canadian super pigs. I don't know if you guys have heard about these. Now, there are these super pigs that are out, and I know we got DJ Vad, you're from Canada, so I don't know if you heard about this story, but there are these pigs that are so intelligent, and they're like this hybrid of pigs, and they know everything, but they're also very dangerous because they spread disease and they cause a lot of havoc. And, the United States is pretty concerned that it's going to come into their territory and bring all the havoc there. But, the last time we saw a super pig, we elected one into office, so I don't think we should be concerned. Just my opinion. Now, that is it for my daily dish. I appreciate it for you guys for listening. Now, let's get right into it, you guys. We've got the one and only, the iconic man who's a rapper. He's a producer. You may know him from Freestyle Power Hour. You may know him from The Sampler. Let's just bring him out, y'all. It's the one and only Flashie1. Come on out, Flashie. welcome.
Sherwin. What's up, my man?
What's going on? Come on in.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody?
Yes. Well, welcome,
Flashie1 is in the building.
For the one only Flashie1. Hey. Yes. Look at that love, Flashie. I gotta say, look at that love. That is a lot of love in the audience. I'm just being honest.
I appreciate all y'all. You know I love y'all. You know I love y'all.
And you know what, Flashie? We know each other. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. You know, Flashie and I, we've known each other for some time now, and I know he's the most down-to-earth person ever. But just to see the audience and the emojis and the reactions that they're giving, you're really loved in here. You really are.
Man, trust me, they know I love them. You give love.
Well, that's amazing.
You give love back. So
you've done amazing work in here. We're gonna get into all of that in just a second, Flashie. But you know, I want to just ask you straight up. You know, how did you get into VR? Like, where did you come from? Because this is the blessing that we have you in our presence. So how did you hear about AltSpace and come about this platform?
actually, I saw a commercial. And I saw the owner of Meta. I saw him doing this commercial, and he had this meeting of this meeting in a VR, and I thought that was kind of cool, So I asked my wife. I was like, "Hey, she said, what you want for Christmas?" I was like, me a Oculus. I mean, like, I really don't want for much, so I was like, just buy me an Oculus, and they'll be dope. You know what I mean? And she bought me one, and then it was funny because when I got it in December, but I didn't use it until like end of January. So when I got in here, I was surprised how loving and how enjoyable it really was.
Love it. And by the way, just so for people who don't know the backstory about your name, Flashie1, tell everybody a little bit about how you came up with that name. I mean, it's a cool name. You are very flashy. I gotta give it to him. Look at him, you guys, iced out. That's why they call him Mr. Iced Out.
We are iced
Pulling
out.
up tonight,
We ain't iced out until you let we are.
Yes.
Yeah,
But tell everybody why you call Flashie. What's the origin behind that name?
Okay. Now, Flash, my name Flash started from me in high school. I used to run track. And I actually I ran for Houston Sterling, and we was actually state champs. And I used to run the 4x4. And so what used to happen at the end of the race, I used to always seem like I start the race slow, but then all of a sudden at the end I win the race. So people just start calling me Flash because it seemed like I'm running real. I saved all my on the back stretch. I saved my last little sprint at the end. So when I ran, they just start calling, hey, that's Flash, that's Flash, that's Flash. And then so when I started rapping, it just stuck with me. And I lost it for a little while, and then I started rapping, and then I tongue twisted a little bit. So then the name came back. So the one just came from I put Flashie in.
Being number one. Number one, you guys.
And I put number one because Flashie wouldn't go in. I guess it was another Flashie here somewhere. So, and it came from my name. In the real world is Flash Victorious. So it just came from there. So stuck with me.
Yes. Well, we love it. And you came in swinging Flash because, you first of all, you have your own record label that you call Extraordinary Collective. You created it with your family, I believe, correct? Tell me about your label. Why'd you start getting into music in the first place? I mean, what was it about music that spoke to you that you were like, this is what I want to do?
Since I was a kid, my mom, she was the music ministry in the church. She was over the music ministry, and she plays piano, awesome pianist, code on the piano. And my dad, he's actually the minister of music at his church, and he plays the guitar. So music always been in my life, since day one. So, I tried to run away from it because I just want to play sports. But, once music in your blood, you can't run away from it. So you know how it goes.
You can't.
From there, since early 2000s, so on from there, I started to take it seriously. And, eventually, I was doing music on my own, and I was like, hey, how do I get this out? And, trying to get signed and everything like that. And I was like, forget this. I'm just going to make my own, record label. End up doing it, and it worked out for me. So,
yes. And you've created some huge hits. I mean, a lot of people in this space know you for some of the music that you do in here. I mean, you've been on the sampler. Right. We all heard your song, and we're going to play. Actually, you guys, if you stay tuned, we have a surprise performance with Flashie doing his song Pass the Crown, which was his song that he won the sampler with. So that's going to be incredible. But you also do
Appreciate
music outside of the metaverse as well. In fact,
Yeah,
you
I
have a
do.
group called the Douglas Boys. Shout out to the Douglas Boys. Tell everybody who is the
Yeah.
Douglas Boys.
Okay, the Douglas Boys have a long story with it. What's actually that's my real blood brother right there. That's my little brother, Rifika. We really was like the original Douglas Boys was my dad and my uncle. My uncle passed away in 2018. He was a pastor. And and we wanted to do a tribute to him because they was the original Douglas Boys, and we wanted to do a tribute to him. So we went ahead and did a tribute to him, and we became Douglas Boys because my dad also he's alive, and we wanted to give him his flowers before anything happened because my dad actually has a stage 4 cancer, prostate cancer, and he's doing well. He's doing real well now and everything like that. But we want to kind of give him his flowers before you didn't get a chance to give my uncle his flowers before he passed away. So we wanted to give my dad his flowers before he passed away. So we kind of like brought the name back. We did a whole gospel album, Douglas Boys, Bridging the Gap. And that's how Douglas Boys came about.
Wow. That's amazing. And I love how, and one thing I've learned about Flashie, you guys over time is that he's so like genuine about his family. Like, he keeps it in the family, you guys. I mean, he works with his family, his brother, his son. I mean, your father. I mean, you guys are all involved in your projects, which I love. I mean, you guys have the same passion, the same goals, the same mindset, which is incredible. Now, one of your songs, and we have a couple of your songs here with us tonight. Now, we're going to play one of them for the audience. Now, this one is called He Gonna Work It Out. I love this song, and we're gonna ask you what it means after. Okay, so let's play a little bit about.
I'm going Super Saiyan like a Goku, and eating up the word like it's whole food. Can't live on bread alone, eat those two. Every word from the Lord is so true. Now time to work it out like 1, 2, now 3, 4, yeah, one more. He carry my weight, never get so. He gonna work it out for sure. He gonna work it out, work it. He gonna work it out, work it. Jesus gonna work it out, work it. He gonna work it out, work it. He gonna work it out, work it.
Hey, that was just a little snippet, y'all. Make sure you go check out his music as well. But tell everybody a little bit about that song, why you wrote that song.
Okay. That song, Work It Out, like, sometimes because the whole album was a tribute to, my uncle and my dad, Pastor Wilson Douglas and, Deacon Nathan Douglas. That's my father. We wanted to make the whole album like a church service to give a tribute to him. So we did the whole album. If you listen to the whole album, if you listen from track 1 all the way to the last track, it starts off like a complete service. So that was like the worship and praise for the album. They're like, he gonna work it out no matter what's going on in your life. God work it out some type of way. It may seem like you don't got no control of it. It seem like, you can't do anything about it. So he'll work it out. And that's why we kind of like that song and really like our thing with it,
Let me ask you something, actually. I'm just curious. Were you raised in the church? Because I've noticed a lot of your music is very like about, because like, tell me about that. Like, tell me how that's impacted you. Like, how has religion played a role in your life?
I mean, God always been first. I'll step out of my, I was prodigal son. I got out there, did my thing like everybody else, and so on from there because, a lot of people look at people and they just judge them for, thinking what they do. Like, you do this, you do that. But a lot of people love God. A lot of people, love Jesus. A lot of people have a religious background and don't judge a book by its cover. So you should never judge anybody, But pretty much, I grew up in the church. Like my mom used to take me from early morning church. I used to go to Sunday school, go from Sunday school to morning service, go to morning service to evening service, go to evening service to night service. I was in church all day growing up, so it's crazy. So,
It's incredible. Now, speaking of church, we do have another song. Now, this one's called Testimony. I really like this song. I really enjoy it, you guys. And I really encourage you guys to check out more of Flashie's music that's out there because he's got a lot of different songs. But I love this song, and we'll ask the background of it because I know there's something special about this specific song, and I'll ask you about that in just a second. But let's play for the audience.
This the day that the Lord has made. And I'ma rejoice like I just got paid. Fresh fade, new J, got a life upgrade. Your boy paid, but it ain't always been this way. He made me something from nothing. I grew up South Park, I'm Cully. And now I'm in the 3 stories. The bliss keep falling, no worries. It got me yelling, no glory. And that's just part of the story. They used to look and ignore me. And none of y'all looking for me when they
Yes. That was just a little snippet of it, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I mean, that's in the mood in the morning. But tell me about that song, because there's something really special about that song, because it has you on the song, but there's somebody else
Yeah, it does.
that's featured on the song.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Actually, the last verse is my son. My son had a very, 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 very big testimony. He was actually he had brain surgery at the age of 8. He had the spinal fluid wouldn't flow down the back of his from his brain to his spinal cord, so he had to actually, like, they was gonna say that he wouldn't be able to walk, he wouldn't be able to actually function as a child. So he had to have brain surgery, and when he had brain surgery, everything came out fine. He's 16, about to be 17 this year. Pretty much got his driver's license, got his job. He's doing everything fine. But God really blessed us with that and took care of my son through that whole ordeal. But on the album, that last verse is his testimony about that. And he's rapping about that and saying how everything happened and how he came through that. And if I get a chance, go on the album and check it out, because he really got on there and he really spit some bars. And he kind of like just let everybody know that, hey, they said I couldn't walk, but now I'm walking to my J, so I got my Jesus walk. So that's one of his bars on there that's pretty dope.
And just hearing your story, I mean, your father dealt with cancer, your son dealt with brain problems as well. Like, tell me about, like, do you write about this stuff? Like, does this stuff impact when it comes to writing? I'm sure you've been through a lot of different things in your life that you reflect through writing. And I've noticed a lot about musicians and artists that are out there. A lot of their work reflects their life, and their stories that they can talk about. Are you the same way? Do you write about things that happen in your life?
Yeah, for sure. It's one thing about it. That's one thing about if anybody artists, that we got a lot of artists out there in the crowd right now. When you feeling something, you write your best bars with that. You make your best music. You make your best impactful music when you going through something sometimes, and you have to sit down and really it's kind of like a stress reliever. You know what I mean? It gives you time to release all that and be able to write that out and be able to put it out to the world and let everybody know what you're going through, and really be able to open up to people and let them know who you are.
Absolutely. Now, what is the future with Douglas Boys? I know you said you have this album right here, Bridging the Gap. You told everybody a little bit about what it is, but do you want to just tell everybody one more time, what is Bridging the Gap? What does that mean? What are you bridging the gap between?
Okay, bridging the gap was bridging the gap from my generation to my father's generation. Did y'all see the picture up there? That's my uncle in the front. He plays the piano. That's my dad in the back with the guitar. And it was bridging the gap from different generations coming together to let everybody know that, hey, we, if you listen to the album, I produced the whole album, and I kept the album very authentic, but then I put a little kind of like, if you would say, trap type, beat structure into it. So you can see the different generations of music come together as one. Because a lot of times when you go into church or we go anywhere, they always separate the young adult with the senior, the elders. But this is one of the albums that can come together and both could enjoy. So that's the reason why we made the album. That's the reason why we gave the tribute and all that right there to kind of bridge the gap of two generations coming back from both sides. And if you listen to one song on there called Holy Spirit in the Room, all of us is on the album. I actually brought my uncle back to life on the album. He's on the album, and I brought and I took all the stuff that's from the album. I took it because he was a pastor at Victorious Living in Houston, actually Clear Lake, right outside of Houston. And he used to have a whole bunch of sermons on YouTube. So I took all the sermons from YouTube and I actually brought him to life on the album. So he sounds like he's there with us. So we did a whole album that way and brought him into it.
Amazing. And it doesn't even, and one thing I will say is the generation thing is amazing because, you guys all are still very talented. I mean, it's not like you're listening to a Barbra Streisand Lil Baby tribute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, what is that? But, with you guys, is that it actually sounds really put together and you guys are very, very musically talented. So it comes across and it makes sense that you also are a solo artist. You have your own label and your own, songs that are coming out you have a new album coming out, right? Transparency.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about this
Yeah.
album, which is long overdue, y'all. I mean, come on, are we so
Yeah, it
excited for
is.
a Flashie1 album? Because we've been waiting. I'm sorry, we've been waiting, and now we finally got one. So shout out to Flashie, y'all. We are excited for this
Yeah.
album coming out, Transparency.
Yeah.
Tell everybody, what is it
Yeah.
about, and when is it coming out?
See, Transparency is an album. It's not a gospel album. It's not a secular album. It's just an album that letting people know that, Christians and people come in different forms and fashion, and then being transparent about, we go through everything. We wake up in the morning, we all put our, pants on the same way. You know what I'm saying? We put our underwear on the same way. Hopefully some of us wear underwear, right? But let everybody know that we all together. Like, don't judge people by its cover. Don't treat people a different way. Everybody is who they are. Love them for who they are. Uplift them. You know what I mean? And know that we come in all different forms and fashions. So don't just think, because you see me, don't think I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I don't do everything right. I make mistakes. But on this album, I'm kind of like addressing it. Like, hey, transparency. You're gonna be able to look into the life of Flashie1, look into the life of Flash Victorious, look into the life of my real name Victor. So.
Yes. And I love that you said that, because I think that's a part of life, is making mistakes and learning from them. And like we just talked about, a lot of your writing comes from some of the struggles that you went through and some of the obstacles that you faced, and then being able to reflect that into writing is so strong and so inspirational to so many other people, right? To harness that kind of energy and put it into a song is incredible. So I'm looking forward to this album. I think we're all going to see a different side to Flashie, and get to know you a little bit better, in terms of the things that you've gone through in your real life. Because we see, I think sometimes we forget also in the metaverse, right? We see people and we're like, oh, they must have a great life, but we don't know what they go through, on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
And so everybody goes through obstacles. We all do. And like we say, nobody's perfect. And so I'm looking forward to hearing about your story. And I encourage other people out there who are, more musically inclined than me to go out there and create music and put it out there, so we can get to see a different side of you guys as well. Because it's all about being genuine and being authentic to who you are. And I love that.
Right.
Now, speaking of metaverse, all right, because all this stuff that you've done in IRL has explained why you're so talented here in alt space, because you've done so many incredible things. But the first place that I really got to know you was when you started hosting Freestyle Power Hour with my guy over there, Soul G. Shout out to Soul G.
Yeah.
This is one of the staple events in alt space that's been going on for so long. It's been going on for like 2 years at this point. It's incredible. Tell me about how you got into this. Like, did you want to be a part of it? Did Soul reach out to you? Tell me about getting involved with Freestyle Power Hour.
Funny, it happened organically. I mean, I came back to Power Hour a few weeks, and Soul G was having an issue with somebody being aggressive in a Power Hour, and he had to take care of that issue at the time. And while he was taking care of that, I just picked up the mic and I just want to help Soul G out, because he's a staple of Outspace. He's a real good guy. He's one guy that he'll always take care of people, and he's very loving and so from there. He has his ways, but one thing about it, Soul G has a big heart. And if you didn't know that, then I'm telling you right now, Soul G has a big heart. So one thing about it is that he was trying to take care of this person, because they was going in there, disrupting everything. And I just picked up the mic and I just started, keep it flowing. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see him fail. Once you see somebody, I didn't want to see him fail, because I knew the party had to go on. So I just picked it up. And then what happened, week after week, I just started continuously doing it. Then it was consistency. And then me and him started gelling, because we like Shaq and Kobe. We started gelling, and then next it was it was on from there.
Yes. Well, that is amazing. And I also agree with you 100%. Soul G is like the big brother. I mean, first of all, with all the jokes that he says that I'd never get, yeah, he's definitely my big brother, not to age him. but he also, like you said, he looks out for everybody. He really does. He's looked out for me. He's looked out for everybody here at the Tonight Show, looked out for you. And to see you now on this platform with him, it's incredible. And to be honest, if you two weren't there, I would not be going. Right, because the energy that you guys bring to that event is just incredible. You guys are two of the biggest I would say best and biggest host in this platform to be doing something
Appreciate
like that.
that. Appreciate
So
that.
congratulations, you
Oh,
guys. You guys are doing it
it's
up. And
real
I know
big.
Freestyle Power Hour is not going anywhere, right? I mean, you guys are going to
Oh
VR chat,
no,
I heard. Is that
no.
correct?
Yeah, we're going to VR chat, and we may slip over to spatial. We got a few things that we're working on, but we are heading to VR chat. You know, the show don't stop. One thing about the power I want to let y'all know
Right.
about is that the power hour is an uplifting place. We come in there to uplift people. You know, make people get over their fears, people have fun, let people have a Friday they can get away and enjoy themselves. And one thing about it is it's impactful to a lot of people to show them love and let them come up and just enjoy themselves. You know, and a lot of people fear being in front of people, fear being in front of crowds. And one thing we do not tolerate is, you know, putting anybody down in there or disrespecting anybody. We show nothing but love in there. And that's the reason why me and Soji do it, to, you know, show love to everybody else.
Yes. That's amazing. And y'all, you do not have to be a professional rapper to go out there. Trust and believe. We've heard a little bit of everybody on that
Right.
microphone.
Come out and have fun, man.
So
Come out and have
yeah,
fun. We're gonna show you
absolutely.
nothing but love.
Yeah, it's all about having fun. It's not about experience. It's about having fun. It's about having a good time, putting yourself out there. And I
Right.
will be honest,
Exactly.
because it's events like that. And like, when I started doing musicals in the space where people were like shy to be on stage and to act and to
Right.
sing, live and stuff like that. People have, some stage fright, but one thing about it is once you overcome it, you're able to do things like
Right.
this. Host your own talk show, do
A
a
big
15-minute
time.
monologue at the beginning and not phase you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to do
Yes.
those things and pass those obstacles to get to these points where you feel comfortable to do it on your own. And it's a process,
Right.
and you've mastered that process, and it's amazing.
Oh, you mastered that process because you're awesome, Sherwin. I just want to let you know that before you. I want to give you your flowers, man. You are awesome. You are a
I
pinnacle
appreciate
of
you, Flashy.
this space, man. And you don't know how big, like, and how important you are to this space. And I just want to just stop and just everybody give Sherwin some love. Sure, give Sherwin some love for how much he done did. I
Come
mean, he
on,
done did some
Flashy.
great
This is
things in
your
this place.
night.
And I just want to
I
let you know.
appreciate
I just
it.
want to give you that, man. I just want to give you that, man.
Aw,
Big,
you're
big time.
so sweet. No, I appreciate it. And you know what? It's for people like you, because I'll tell you guys one thing. I always say there's pros and cons to VR, right? And the pros are things like this, and the cons are sometimes the drama and the negativity that comes with this place.
Right.
But we'll be honest, it's people like you guys and you, Flashy, that keep me going. And your encouragement and just you saying these things make me feel like what I'm doing is actually making a difference, right, in
It
this
is,
space.
brother. It
And that's
is.
what
It is.
makes me feel like to continue going. So
Yeah.
thank you,
For real.
and
For
thank you
real.
guys, to everybody out there who continues to push me, because you guys are the reasons why I'm still out here hustling, working hard, spending not my nights, sleepless nights, creating these events, right, and preparing for them.
Right.
But it's all fun because I get to spend it with you guys at the end of the day.
Big
So
time.
thank you,
Big
Flashy. I
time.
appreciate that. Now
Thank you.
let's get into this drip, okay? Because you're dripped
You
out
know,
in Lux
iced
VR. Shout
out.
out to Lux
Lux
VR, by the
VR,
way.
.
Yes.
Yes,
Now you
sir.
are an ambassador now for Lux VR. For those
I
of you who
am.
don't know, Lux
Yes, I am.
VR is shout out to Second
Yeah.
Life Rich. It's his brand. He created a
A
brand
Second Life
called Lux
Rich,
VR.
Goodrow,
Second Life Rich.
Una, everybody,
And he
Cyber
also
Shay.
created this brand, Lux VR, right? And
Yes,
so
he did.
tell me about Lux VR. Tell me about Iced Out Thursdays, which is the
Hmm.
event that you do for Lux VR. Tell me
Right.
about your
Right.
relationship with this, because this is amazing, and you're
Yeah.
ambassador, correct?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I am ambassador for Lux VR. I'm also over the music department in Lux VR also. And VR is a way to get your custom jewelry made, to have that iced out, that dripped out, and iced out Thursdays is a place that you could come in and really like kind of test out the jewelry, kind of check it out. We get to talk to you. We have a good time. We got good music. We have contests. I know tomorrow we have $100 dart throw that if you hit it from a certain distance, you can win $100, and we're gonna pay your money if you
Okay.
hit it. And it's like we just having fun, you know what I'm saying? Having fun, being iced out, and really trying to push this to the next level. And just enjoy yourself, because you ain't iced out unless you luxury or ice out. You know what I mean? That's how we get it.
Yes. And I love how you guys do
Second
it at
Life
like a
Rich.
roller skating rink, right?
Yes,
Just like
yes,
you're
yes. Real
iced
estate.
out, right? It's like an
Like
ice
old
rink,
school,
y'all. Come
back in the
on.
day. Yeah, like back in the day, we used to go to that ice, that roller skate and enjoy yourself, hear some good music, roller skate, and communicate. That's one thing about it. This is a social network. You know what I mean? Go out and talk to some people, get to know somebody,
Yes.
like we do in Iced Out Thursday. We doing the Power Hour. I always tell people to meet somebody new today. Walk up to somebody and say hello to them, and that's the whole reason for this. And also, at the end of the day, we're trying to, sell a little jewelry.
Absolutely, and it looks amazing. I love the jewelry. I know some
Appreciate that.
people out here
Appreciate
got
that.
custom pieces too. We got Cyber Shay out there. I know she works real
Yes.
hard with Lux VR,
Yes.
Unikuji,
That's just
VR Hood Row. Shout out
over
to
the
all of them. I mean,
over the yeah. She's over the security department. Cyber Shay. Awesome. She's awesome.
yeah, shout out to Cyber Shay. Well, you know what? Lux VR, is an incredible brand. I know they're going to VR chat, so we're looking forward to seeing what they do. But you know what else you've been a
Hey.
part of is the sampler, and you
Yeah, the
actually
sampler.
won last season, and you got the big trophy. Shout out to Flashie, y'all. An amazing
Appreciate that.
job.
Appreciate that.
Tell everybody about the sampler. For the people who don't know, what is a sampler? Tell them what it is, and
Yeah.
tell me about the first place win that you got because that's incredible.
Yeah. Now the sampler is a contest that you have producer, right? And the producer comes out there and he takes a sample, which is, and one thing about it, Soji is one of the judges, as well as right now we got another season going on that Kip York is one of the judges, which he's actually a champion also. Kip York, give some love for Kip York. He's also a champion. You take a sample, you make a production, a beat, and they judge the beat. And then once they judge the beat, they take the points from you set into a team. So you have, a partner that's in the team with you, that's a producer, and you have an artist. I play an artist, and Solo Dolo, which we won that together. He was the producer. And they have the points, they judge the beat, and then you hold those points, and then I do a song to it. And they judge the song, and then they combine the points, and whoever has the most points out of a team of 4 or 5, we win the prize. And we won this time, so it was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
It is amazing, and
don't forget, there's a season going on there right now.
Yeah, and you actually like you said, "Pass the Crown" was the winning song, an incredible song. Yeah. Tell me about working with Solo Dolo because he's a producer, correct? And he was the producer you were paired with.
Yes. Yeah, Solo Dolo was awesome, man. I mean, me and him, like we flowed, man. You meet somebody and you feel like you know them forever and y'all been boys forever, like y'all been cool like brothers. As soon as we exchange phone numbers when we got picked, because they do a random wheel that it goes by the name, and whoever you get picked, you don't know who the producer gonna be. I didn't get him this time, unfortunately, but I got a good producer. I'm gonna see what he's talking about. But I wish I would have got him again. But we gelled. It was easy. It was smooth. It was like water. So like peanut butter and jelly, right? But
yes,
worked good together. And he's an awesome, awesome guy, good heart, good guy, man. You talking about a real good guy, and he's about his business, and he's very talented. You talking about an awesome producer. He's very talented at what he does. And we had a chemistry that was unmatched.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say right now is that one thing I noticed about you two working together is the chemistry was really there. I didn't notice it with everybody, but with you two, who is that? Somebody here? Oh, it's Solo Dolo in the building, everybody. What is up, Solo Dolo?
man?
Welcome to the show.
No, what's going on?
Come on in.
Solo.
What is up?
Solo.
Ladies and
Flashie.
gentlemen, it's the
What's up, boy?
legendary Solo
Solo Dolo in the building.
Yeah.
Music though.
Hey, well, welcome to we got our own custom theme song here at the Tonight Show. Shout out to Soji, Nancy Fletcher, doing it up here. Well, Solo Dolo, welcome to the show. This was an unexpected surprise.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you. Thank you for joining us.
I snuck in through the back door. I'm sorry.
Okay. I gotta work on my security. What's going on with my security? But you know what? I'm happy you're here. We're happy. Okay. Let's get right into it though, Solo. Let me hear about you because we've talked a couple times, but I haven't fully gotten to know who you are. Where are you from? Tell everybody who is Solo Dolo.
Yeah, so it all started in 1987. Not my age, but
going all the way back.
all the way back. We get it all the way back in your time. I'm originally from Florida. I don't know where that's at. South Florida. It's like 30 minutes from Miami. There most of my life. That's where I started. My love for music was growing up around a lot of talented, on my surroundings at school, family. A lot of people in my family do music. My cousin's very talented. Has like a lot of collabs with major artists. That's where I found my love of music. That's where I started at because we used to take beats get beats from like
popular beats that were out there. We used to rip it from BearShare and LimeWire. Guys know what that is. Went through the struggle too, making sure you download music without viruses. But yeah, we collected beats, and we're like, man, we should start making our own stuff. Why are we, taking Lil Wayne's beats and these beats even anything with because of copyright? So what made me want to start producing my own stuff. And of course, when I started, I sucked like crazy. In my head,
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. In my head, it was the best music ever. I go back and listen to it now. It sounds like Donkey Kong beating on barrels in a random tone. But yeah, so fast forward, I live in Charlotte here for about 10 years.
Okay.
Located, and I really, stepped up. My game became more consistent, especially during COVID. I think a lot of people had more time to excel at what they wanted to do. Entrepreneurs, their businesses, on the side gigs became their main gigs pretty much when a lot of people were home and some people not working at the time. So definitely went even harder at that time and started making connections, started working on my craft, and now here I am now, and
now
it's a lot more to the story, but we'll be here all day.
Exactly. And like these pictures over here, I mean, you clearly are a master producer. Tell me about your process when it comes to it. What kind of music are you producing? Is it mainly hip hop? Is it R&B? Is it EDM? And do you have a process, like how Flashie was saying, a lot of his music that he writes is reflective of the stuff that he's gone through in his life? Are you also, when you're producing beats, are you also thinking about things that you've gone through and playing off of that? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, so I'll start off by saying that the genres, I'm a multi-genre producer, so I make everything, trap, boom bap, hip hop. I'll make house music. I have an artist, her name is Shay right now. House type artist, and I make music for her. Also mix and master music also. I made a country record, pretty much anything you need. I'm gonna learn it.
He made
I'm gonna study
record,
it,
you
and I'm
guys.
gonna produce it.
Yes, well, we love it. We got to hear that one.
I got you. When it comes to my inspiration, man, I could literally in the morning go outside on my patio sipping some coffee and then look in the sky and see a cloud that looks like I don't know, a bear or something, and oh, I found inspiration. I'm to be, based off this image, and for some reason, I make it sonically happen. But movies, situations, these shows, and I'll hear a sound in there, and it really has me running to my home studio. Conversations, people's stories, Usually when I sit down to make a beat, I have no direction. I usually just free flow. They come to me versus force myself to follow rules or this box, locked in. I try to think outside the box when it comes to.
Well, I think that also
my
brings
art.
the best kind of product. Is when you're not too focused on it. Sometimes even with the stuff that I do in here with the events, right? Sometimes if you just do the stuff that's organic and just as natural, the result that you get is just so authentic, and I think people see that, and I think that's what we see with your music is we see authenticity, and I think that's why so many people connect with you. And you also go by the name of Chris Kane. I don't know if people know this, just in case y'all don't know. He has a Spotify. You guys, if you haven't checked him out on Spotify, check him out, Chris Kane. Tell everybody, what are some kinds of artists that you looked up to when you were writing, or because you're also an artist as well. So for people who don't know, you're an artist and you're a producer. What are some artists that inspire you when it comes to music?
Man, so go back in 1987 again. No, like Nas, growing up listening to Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, again, and also, bands such as the Beatles, Pink Floyd,
classics.
hold on, Lauryn Hill, of course, Jay-Z, Biggie,
One of
Pac,
my
man. Just
favorites. Yes.
it's a lot of people. I'll
Mhm.
listen to Metallica as well, Nine Inch Nails. I'm listening to everything. Also, he's got a whole range. I listen to everything. Reggae music as well. Marley, Buju Banton. Say I don't know if he gave vibes, but just a little
Amazing.
bit of everything. I'm
Any
well
new
versed,
music
well
coming out?
rounded,
I mean,
and
can we expect anything new coming out on Spotify? Like, are you working on anything right now?
yes. So currently, my Spotify, what I've been put on Spotify, other than album I did with artists I work with, Halls Mac or Hard Mac. I usually put more lo-fi or R&B type of vibes on my Spotify, just because that's the vibes that I usually be in. I try to put that my emotion
Mm-hmm.
into the music there on my Spotify. When I make beats for artists,
Oh.
I'm pretty much everything, like I said before, hard trap beats. So the polar opposite. Sometimes I make these sensual like lo-fi, and then I'll go make a dark trap beat. Metro Boomin would make. Yeah, I do have a project coming up with my artist Shay. We have her EP coming out. It's gonna come out April. We have another one of my artists, Halls Mac. We have a meta album coming out, so it's gonna be about the metaverse, about the 12 tracks on that. And then I have experimental instrumental album coming out, so it's gonna be a weird vibes that I've never done before. So out for them.
That's amazing. And when I'm hearing you talk about it, I'm like, we need a Solo Dolo and a Soul G collaboration because it's like Alt
Absolutely.
Space meets
Yeah.
Horizons. You know what I'm
He
saying?
blended
Because
in with the
for those
couch.
of you who don't know, you started out in Horizons before you came into Alt Space, right? And you're still doing
Yep.
things in Horizons. You're very active in there. Like you said, you're working with artists who are in Horizons, like Harl's Mac. And you're also doing events like the Sampler and Alt Space. But tell me about like your work in the metaverse. What can we expect from Solo Dolo in the metaverse? Is there anything new coming up that we should be looking out for? Are we going to Horizons to check you out? Tell everybody about that.
Yeah. So, and the work I do in Horizon as well. This collective is Meta Source. We do help people with promoting their worlds within Horizon Worlds. We do shows. We book artists form at people's worlds or grand openings. Charles Mack and I actually write jingle for world creators there as well. So we make full songs for them as a service for their work.
Nice.
We're actually having an event called Dolo Mac. It's going to be a concert, pretty much. Him and I for our EP that we released a few months ago. So we're going to go ahead and that should be coming up in March as well. So we'll definitely let you guys know.
So you're
At an
busy,
actual
booked
date.
and busy, like we say here at the Tonight Show. Solo Dolo is booked and busy, y'all. So it's all on Horizons, correct? So we should be coming out to Horizons to check you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Come out to Horizons. I know, unfortunately, March 10th deadline for all space. I know a lot. All the community will be dispersing to other platforms. So, come out to Horizon Worlds when you can. Dolo Dolo, add me. It's the same
Yes.
username here, and I'll show you guys around. Hang out, come party with us. Family.
Amazing. Well,
I
we'll be
love
there. I mean, for you,
space community.
Solo Dolo, we'll be there. We'll be there
I
because we
appreciate
definitely
you.
want to check you out.
You do.
Now, even though it's low poly, you know me, I like the high poly stuff. But for you, Solo, I'll make a trip over to Horizons. It's only a hop, skipping away,
appreciate
right?
you.
It's not like I can get on a plane,
Is
but I'll be there. Now, let me tell you guys how grateful I am, first of all, for you guys to come out tonight. Thank you guys again for coming out and sharing your experiences with me, with the rest of our audience. I mean, to hear your stories is incredible. And it's just, I'm just learning so much about you guys. But one thing I already knew that I just am even more sure on tonight is how down to earth the two of you are. And you guys, it's what you see is what you get with these two guys. All right. So thank you guys for being authentically yourself and coming out tonight and just talking to everybody. Now, before I let you guys go, we like to play a little fun game at the Tonight Show. We always play a fun game. Now, tonight we got a special game. Now, because both of you are in the music industry, right? So hopefully you can identify some artists because I like to call this game Face the Music. All right.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun. So this game is
Well, Judge,
interesting.
if
all
I get
right?
everything
New
wrong.
game we're gonna play out here. Now the way this game is gonna work, and now we got two of you now, so we can kind of do a little competition and see who knows more of these. All right, between Solo, Dolo, and Flashie. But the way this
Flashie,
is
ready?
gonna work, all right, face the music. So I'm gonna show you guys isolated features on a rapper's body or face. Okay, it might be their eyes, it might be their lips, it might be their hair, whatever it is, right? It's your job to then identify who that rapper is just based off of that feature. All right. So we're going to test your knowledge, see if you know what these rappers are looking like and wearing these days. So we'll see. All right. So let's go ahead and kick it off, y'all. Let's get into our first one. Here we go. Check it out.
That's
All
the
right,
rapper.
a
That's the
classic
rapper.
cat. All right. Right off the bat, y'all both know. Is it Chance the Rapper? Get out. Yes, it is. That's right. It is Chance the Rapper. All right. All right. Off to a good start. Now let's get into the next one. You guys are going to be good at this, I feel like. All right. Look at this tattoo. Ooh. Whoever got
That's,
that, let me just be honest.
Cardi
Whoever
B.
got that
Cardi
tattoo
B.
got it in
Cardi
the
B.
garage. Okay.
Cardi B.
Okay,
Cardi
you're
B.
saying Cardi B?
Oh, so
Lizzo. Why are you saying Lizzo?
because I think she likes Hennessy, maybe.
Well, let's check it out. Is it Lizzo or is it
Heard
Cardi
that.
B? It's Cardi
Ooh.
B. So Flashie,
Dang.
you got that one right. Nice, nice. You know, I
Hey,
think
Flashie.
Cardi B's sister is named Hennessy, but
The
I don't-
name's
I-
Hennessy.
man,
Yeah.
that was actually
Oh, okay,
when I
yeah.
first saw him. Like, if
Got me
somebody
on
likes
that.
Hennessy, they might even tattoo on their arm. So you know, who knows? All right, let's get into the next one, y'all. Let's see who is this next person. Okay, we're gonna show you their
Cole.
arms, their hands.
Hey, Cole.
Yeah,
What'd you
Cole.
say? J. Cole?
Cole.
J. Cole or A$AP Rocky. One or the other.
That was quick. Is it J. Cole?
Said it
That-
first.
It is J. Cole. Shout out to J. Cole. Right. Shout out.
Good one.
That's like that's what he wears all the time. That's what I love about J. Cole. When you see him on the street, he's just riding a bike.
It's humble. He doesn't have
Yes, he is.
security.
flashy at all. No pun intended,
No.
flashy.
He's not flashy, but flashy is flashy. Yes. All right, let's get into this
The
next
one.
one, y'all. Let's see whose eyes these
The one.
are. We got some
All
eyes.
right, Megan.
The
Megan Thee
Stallion.
Stallion.
Okay. Well, you know that because you know Houston's very own knows what somebody from Houston looks like. That is Megan Thee Stallion. That is correct. All right, both of y'all got that one right. Nice job. I thought you guys were gonna be a little bit more stumped on some of these, but you know them really well. All right, let's get into the next one. Nice job, you guys. All right, we got some
Drake.
lips.
Drake.
Well, who do you think? So, Flashy, you say Drake.
Say Drake as well.
Both say Drake. All right, is it Drake? Is Drake? All right. So both of you guys got that one right. All right. I think Flashy, I think you're up by one. So Solo, we got to get one to tie it up a little bit here. All right. Let's see if I can stump you guys on this next one. All right. Because this one, I don't know if you guys will be able to identify by a chain. Let's see. Let's give you guys a chain.
Lotto.
Ooh!
Ooh.
You are confident on that
That's-
one.
Hey, Lotto too. I felt his confidence.
Are you guys sure though? You think she's the only person that can wear that kind of chain?
I'm just going with it.
Okay. All right.
Could be wrong.
See. Is it Lotto? Yes, it is Lotto. Got that one right. Both
Don't
of you guys.
You jumping on my
Nice,
bandwagon. Hello.
Hey, you jumping on my J. Cole bandwagon? Talking about J. Cole and Travis Scott.
Now,
I said A$AP
we got
Rocky. I didn't
two
say
more
Travis.
left, you guys.
You right.
Let's check out this next one. All right, we're gonna give you some eyes.
Eminem.
Wow, I can't even, you guys are so quick. They are so quick, y'all. They're like, we know this one. Is it Eminem? Yes, it is
Really,
Eminem.
Real
Got
serious
that
shit.
one real quick.
And,
Yes. All right. Now, before we move on to the next one, this is the last one. All right. Now, I don't know if it's going to trip you guys up because I don't know. You guys have done pretty well so far. However, because your song is called Pass the Crown, let's see if you can identify this person by their crown. All right. Let's check
Kendrick Lamar.
it out.
Drake. Kendrick.
Ooh, they said
What's
it,
up,
y'all.
Drake?
It's Kendrick
playing.
Lamar.
I said Kendrick. Hater. Kendrick, man.
Yes, it is Kendrick
Yeah, man.
Lamar. Well, let's give them all a round of applause. Solo, Dolo, and Flash. Y'all got all of them right. That's really great. Amazing job. Thank you guys for playing face music.
For sure.
That's music player at the Tonight Show. Now, we are going to get to this long anticipated performance from Flashie and Solo Dolo of Pass the Crown. But before we get into it, just want to ask you guys, I want to ask you, Solo, tell me about Pass the Crown.
Sir.
What is Pass the Crown?
Pass the Crown is the crown was us manifesting a win. Our last sampler, pretty much like, we're going against Harley Mack, who won the last one. A really good artist, by the way, and I work with him a lot. And pretty much our statement that we have the crown already, just pass it to us. We're gonna win.
All right.
We're confident. We came into that thing, did what our title that we're gonna do.
It's amazing. I love the confidence, you guys. I love the confidence.
You gotta be
I'm
in the
really excited
competition.
because I think we're going to see some of that confidence right now on stage. Are you guys ready to see Flashie and Solo Dolo perform Pass the Crown? Yes. All right, y'all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, going to get set up here, but please welcome to the stage Flashie and Solo Dolo as they perform their hit song, Pass the Crown, the winning song from the sampler. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get one more round of emojis. Yes.
This is Kane, the producer I was telling you about.
Chris Kane on the beat, ho.
Hey, no, I'm Mr. Iced Out. Rico made living lush right now. All them niggas hate, tell them boys pipe down. It's the new Kane, nigga, pass me the crown. See, this my sound. Tank, crank the bass real loud. Yeah, king of the town. But what you saying, nigga, pass me the crown now.
King talk, you a peasant. So pass the crown class session. This is Booker Smith chapter Wesson, and I'm out here teaching lessons. Yeah, okay, I got an attitude, but this is something that I had to do. I'm not really disappointed, but yeah, I'm mad at you. I hear the chit chat, a little pitter pat. I hate niggas keep on talking down. I run up in your house, put it in your mouth. Hey nigga, how you like me now? Kicked out with the fofo. Yeah, the boy got the glitz. Ain't gon' hear nothing no more. Yeah, the boy getting beat. Y'all gassed up like a Conoco. Anyone can get it, any money more. Watch the bodies drop, let them hit the flow. Only crown you getting from the liquor store. Gon' drink some more, gon' pouring up. I'm a big dog, you a real pug. Lady in the trail trying to get some loot. You can fly to New York and you'll still suck.
Pass me the crown, fuck your castle, we breaking it down. Pass me the crown, got your queen, we piping it down. Pass me the crown, nigga, we lit, that's how we get down. Pass me the crown, nigga, pass me the crown. Watch the throne from them eyes. Diamonds blue like them cops. Game time on the watch. Don't believe me, just 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 watch. No, believe me, just stop. Nigga, listen. Fresh out the kitchen. Kane on the beat like niggas ain't expect this. Abort mission. Houston, we got a problem. Smack the winner bottle. Y'all falling like it's harder. Hold up, Flashie calling. I gotta take this. Hello?
Nigga, about time you pick up the phone. Yeah, I'm dead up in my zone. Putting this chrome up to their dome. As I'm sitting on my throne. And no, I didn't come alone. I'm triple teaming with 4 people. We are not the same. We're not equals. Chris Kane, Bench Pain, boy. Flashie1 in the same, boy. We ain't playing no game, boy. Ready, steady, taking aim, boy. Blowing up like the Taliban. Bank account on 100 grand. Now your girl is my only fan. Plan B is her only plan. God damn.
Hey, no, I'm Mr. Iced Out. Rico made living lush right now. All them niggas hate, tell them boys pipe down. The new Kane, nigga, pass me the crown. See, this my sound. Tank, crank the bass real loud. Yeah, king of the town. But what you saying, nigga, pass me the crown now.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Flashie1 and Solo Dolo.
Appreciate y'all.
a winning song from the
Appreciate y'all, for real though.
sampler. I mean, incredible job. Look at the love from the audience. I mean,
Appreciate
incredible
y'all.
job, you guys. Phenomenal.
It's all y'all,
job.
baby. It's all
Now
y'all.
let's get you guys back on the couch. We
Absolutely.
got one more question for you guys. Come on over. Yes. Phenomenal job by these two gentlemen. Outstanding. All right. Well, like I said, you guys, first of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I mean, I know everybody. Look, DJ Vat even got his whole outfit on. You guys got DJ Vat put on his wings, his mat. I mean, come on now.
My guy.
Got him out of his seat.
My guy.
Yes.
For real.
Only you
My
two could
guy.
do that.
He lit. He
Amazing.
lit.
Now,
J-Vat.
before I let you guys go,
With the
we
crown.
always like to ask. He wants the crown, y'all. Pass him the crown. Come on now. Now, before we let
Got
you
it,
guys
man.
go, I gotta ask you guys. Now, we always say, what are your closing thoughts, or what is the last piece of advice or message that you have for our audience tonight? And we're gonna start with you, Solo, and then we'll go to you, Flashy. So let's hear from you, Solo, first.
My piece of advice to everybody is follow your dreams no matter what people without dreams say you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Everything started with an idea that was outlandish to everybody. The Wright brothers, people never thought, oh, they're crazy for thinking they could have something to fly in the sky. Now we got jets that break the barrier of sound. Follow your dreams no matter what. Listen to criticism, but don't let it define, you settling to not pursue your dreams. So that's my closing statement there.
That's so powerful. Thank you, Solo Dolo. Flashy, how about you?
I always say treat people like you want to be treated. Show love. If you show love to people, you get love back. That's how the universe works. Love people. Like I always make sure you treat people like they deserve to be treated, man. Like you give somebody a smile, you get a smile back. If you give somebody a mug on your face, you don't get a mug back. So show love and help people, man. There's nothing wrong with helping people. Give a lending hand, because you never know. You may need that someday.
Incredible.
Sure.
And let's stick
Ladies
together.
and
All
gentlemen.
space, let's stick together.
Absolutely. One community. Let's stick together, y'all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Flashy1 and Solo.
Thank
you
y'all.
guys were amazing.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys
Love.
so much for coming out. Flashy, thank you so much, my guy. Thank you so much. Solo, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ladies and
It's
gentlemen,
fun.
give it up one more time for these ladies and gentlemen. Hey. Well, let me tell y'all something. These two guys, like I said, are very down to earth, but just to have them here tonight and talk to them and get to know them on a deeper basis has been nothing but a pleasure. So I know you've got some closing thoughts, DJ Vad. Let's get right into our closing thoughts. Tell me what you thought about tonight's show.
Oh, tonight's show definitely amazing. Flashy and Solo, they're just amazing guys. Every time I go to, the Freestyle Power Hour, just Flashy is like right away rapping there, just just crazy, amazing, welcoming. He just right away says your name right in the middle of whatever it is that he's doing. I don't know how they can do all that stuff. It's just amazing. The talent, the big heart that they have, and the friendship. And you're absolutely right. Knowing them both at a deeper level, definitely, was really, really amazing. And the one thing I wanted to tell, everyone, I heard this quote today, and seeing all the talent, seeing all the stuff that is going on in here, and all the hard work. And it was funny, last night I was joking with Sherwin that he doesn't rest at all, and he's just a hardworking man. I tell you, Sherwin, kudos to you. But just one thing, remember, work-life balance is definitely a very amazing thing. Of course, you gotta have that in mind. And this quote that I heard today was really, changed my perspective about stress. He said, stress is like salt. Too much of it will bug you, too little of it your life, your food becomes plain. Make sure you have enough amount of stress to push forward and have fun. And what I heard at the end, stick together and let's get this community moved somewhere else. Have fun. How about you?
Absolutely. Well, those were amazing. I have to agree with you on that. I think stress, like you said, I mean, it's a good amount of stress is good because it pushes you, right? I think pressure is good. To be under pressure in certain situations is amazing. I mean, these two gentlemen, I mean, the pressure that they faced being on competitions and, going up against different producers and artists, I mean, and pulling through, I mean, it shows their persistence in life, and how they never give up, which leads me to my closing thought, which is about commitment. And I know it's a little bit weird that I'm talking about this, but I just think it's so appropriate because, one thing about these two gentlemen, and I'll be honest with you guys, like I said at the beginning of the show, we really switched around this show for tonight in the matter of less than 48 hours. And I think everything happens for a reason. And the reason why that this happened shows me that there are certain people in this space who love commitment, who honor commitment. And those kinds of people, just know I will always be there for those people. When I see people who are committed, who are there for you, you got to be there for them. I've seen Flashie there for so many people. I'm sure Solo Dolo has been there for so many people. Those people that are there for you, be there for them. Because there's a lot of people out here, and I've noticed this, that might try to use you or take advantage of you in this space to try to, be on your platform or get your services or whatever it might be, just because they want to. But they don't realize the fact that if you've been there for them, then you expect them to be there for you, right? It's a two-way street. So just know that, stay with people who are committed to you, and be committed to them. Because like Flashie just said, we are one community. And if we got a lot of people giving up on us, then it's not going to work. We got to stick together, you guys. Encourage each other and one another to be committed to each other, to be committed to this platform, to be committed to VR, to be committed to these shows, to be committed to the projects that you're working on, whether it's being an artist or a singer or a talk show host or a DJ, whatever it is. Be committed to whatever you do. If you want to do it, put yourself out there, but be committed to doing it because that will take you a long way. So thank you guys again for being out here tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to my guests, Flashie and Solo Dolo. Thank you, Dad and Aussie Guy and Soul G and everybody who helps out day in and day out. And Black Sage, our videographer, and amazing teaser videos that he creates. Phenomenal job and outstanding. I got to give thanks to everybody who helps out with this show. Now, next week, you guys, I'm so excited because next week, we've got the one and only Grammy Award winner, Vinrock from Naughty by Nature will be here in the building. We're going to sit down with him, talk to him about everything that he's done, y'all. I'm excited because I got to say, we have Miss Laura and now we're having Vinrock. I mean, we can only go up from here. Right. So I'm excited for this show and what it's going to be. And I'm excited for Vinrock next week. Now we got 2 more episodes. We got Vinrock and then we've got 1 more episode after that left. All right. It's going to be a surprise. All right. So I'm not announcing it yet, but we only have 2 more episodes left. So make sure you guys come out to these 2 episodes and then we'll be going to VR chat. OK, if you haven't checked out my Instagram, check it out. You guys know how to navigate to VR chat, because we'll be continuing our show there because we've got some amazing guests. I'm still on the phone getting these amazing, amazing guests for you guys to interview. So please, please, please stay with us. Stay with this community. Stay in our circle of knowing about our announcements and our events because we've got a lot of stuff coming your way. But yeah, next week, it's going to be one for the books. So I'm excited, all right? I want to thank all of you guys again for coming out. I want to thank my entire team again. You guys again. We'll see you guys next time. Mwah. You guys.